blogging. I'm a fashion model and also a very passionate mental health advocate. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you all on board and thank you for taking a humble time to be here with us. Okay, hi everyone. Very loud. All right, thank you. First of all, thank you for this opportunity to be here. Appreciate it. Mental health. So I go by James Rivera. I'm a founder of Man Must Cry mental health movement that is deeply rooted in my lived experience with mental health. And I'm currently also leading people for those who are going through the mental health challenges, especially for men.
Similar to what the lady. Hi, I didn't get your name. Yes. Yes, what Margaret Mugaka was speaking about, the essence of emotions. In our magazine, we're looking at the essence of what we call breaking silence, and that is where we find that men, at times, we really push them to the essence of please cry, express your emotions. And I'll have to direct this to James maybe from the foundation and the institution. Whenever we're talking about the essence of men crying, and I also love to hear one feedback from as being, it should be suppressed. And at the same time, the very first time I sat in a session when I was practicing full-time as a counselor, and a gent came in and he was actually tearing down. That's when I actually got, whenever I tell men cry, and they actually do it, sometimes as women we cringe. You never really expected that this could happen, but like now this time. It's easier for me to pat my girl when she's crying and I tell her it's going to be okay. But when it happens to a man, there's always the essence of, I never expected it, even unconsciously. So do we have an hierarchy of pain when we're talking about men versus women? Maybe in line with the foundation?
That's a nice question, and I'll say we don't have an hierarchy of pain because we are human beings and we do feel we are feeling, and something that we need to agree with that so that we can be in a position to express how we feel for us to get the necessary support that we need when it comes to, let me say, mental health challenges. Because I'll say within African context, there is narrative that as a man, you don't need to break the silence or express yourself. And that is something that I'm trying to shape the narrative. Because the man must cry mental health movement space. We do say men are allowed to cry, express, feel, and connect. Because by doing that, we're showing out that you are a human being and your feelings are valid. And by design time, also need to do much sensitization when we go back to the community so that men can be taught about emotional resilience, just the importance of just speaking about their emotions and seeking the necessary support that they need, rather than just, bottling up.
Okay, thank you for that. I'd love to hear a reaction from our audience.
Hello, my name is Masi Uruki. I'm a counseling psychologist. Okay, I'm totally validating the part of men crime, normalizing it. But honestly, I'm totally should we normalize it in such a way we lose our men in there, like men lose their masculinity in the crime per se. Because let me tell you, okay, I hope you're there. Because tell me why. You can't compare a baby girl crying and a girl crying, just a lady crying and a man crying at the same time. Like they're breaking down. Seriously. You see. So what I can try to say is, though we are normalizing the crying essence, I feel like yes, men are the human beings, they have emotions, but we should not lose their masculinity. They should not lose their masculinity in the presence of just crying. Because trust you me, the reason why we are feminine, we have the feminine energy, is because we're vulnerable. But you know, you can't just let even the men be so vulnerable, because they will start tending to change to feminine instead of being masculine, which should not be toxic. So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alright. And now, that's the essence of this discussion. Now, really what cause those reactions? Because my next question goes to, at times when now maybe a man seeks help, we tend to really shy away, maybe think they're losing their masculinity. But when depression knocks, that's where we are wondering, why did you seek help? So as a society, are we really happy with men not seeking help just to view them as masculine? And if not, what are other ways for them to express their emotions or maybe seek help? I'd love to hear from some audience or and the lady is talking, guys.
Good afternoon. My name is Mercy, Dr. Mercy. I have a certificate in counseling psychology, however, I'm currently not in the field. I'm in the field of training people. However, to go into the conversation of men crying, looking at the society, what's but women have a higher threshold of pain. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you take a man to give birth to a child, they can't take it. But women go through it, and then have a second, and then have a third. And yes, they remember that thing. I'm sorry. So it gets, I'm not looking at from halfway. Why are we expecting them not to feel the emotional, the psychological, and the physical, and for them to cry? All right. So maybe crying will be an issue, but we want them to seek help. They may be unable to, or we have men here, you may be unable to start talking right now. But can you start writing down? Can you start talking to your partner? Can you start talking to that person that you're close to? Because they think that's where we can start. Yeah. And I don't think men lose masculinity by crying, as long as you cry in the right place. I don't think you will go and cry at the center of the street, yeah? But when you're vulnerable with people, that person you're comfortable with, you're fine. You won't lose it.
Yes, thank you. I'll take one more reaction. I think from Kim, we addressed this nice earlier. And then I'm still seeing the hands. We'll still hear from you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We have that we're actually compromising the opportunities for our very able psychologists. And they also need to pay their bills. But what I can say is that why do men cry? So let us find ways on how to prevent the cry. They cry because they feel like no one is listening to them. And when you do your own research, you find out that they fear being judged, you see. So what I'd say is that in your own group, so maybe you as a fellow man, or maybe when your fellow male friends, just try to speak out, you see. And your fellow friends you should not judge your friends. Let's say when you just speak out to my friend and then he's like, oh, okay, where are you? You see why you crying, you don't big like a girl, you see. So, but when you start judging, I think we end up crying and then, you see. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. In 1 minute.
Hi everyone. Okay, my name is Jimmy, and I've been in community service for some time, and I wish to respectfully differ with the lady that has said that the female gender has a higher threshold for pain, and therefore the aspect of going through
As we are waiting for them to join, as we are waiting for our chief guest to join, now I'm going to do a minute of reflection. So I want us to just reflect together. As we wait for the chief guest, he's joining online. That might take a minute, and we can use the minute wisely. We said we maximize on time. So we've had quite a bit. And najua kuna watu walikuwa na burning things to say. So at this point, I invite, there was a comment that was here. Then I'm going to invite any two other comments. I know kuna pale kwa vulnerability. There was a question about masculinity. What is masculinity? Yeah? Yes, and then there was a comment here. So I'm going to start from here. Kindly join me on stage. Tunataka leo to promote what we are big round of applause as join us on stage. We give a few remarks. And let's keep it brief.
Hi everyone. Mtaniruhusu nitumie lugha ya Kiswahili.
Naam.
Najua mnapenda sana kuzungumza Kizungu, lakini mimi niruhusiwe kuzungumza Kiswahili. Pengine ni share na nyinyi kile ambacho nilikuwa nimejifunza jana. Nilipokuwa nikihoji mwanasaikolojia mmoja, alisema kwamba mental health is a disease. Yeah? Tunajua kwamba cancer ni disease, malaria ni disease. Kwa hivyo mental health pia ni ugonjwa kama zile ugonjwa zingine, si ndio? Na wakati mwingi tunaona kwamba tunafanya fundraising ndio mtu apate matibabu kule majuu, si ndio? Mtu ako na cancer, anahitaji matibabu fulani na fulani, lakini hana pesa. Kwa hivyo tunafanya fundraiser kule nyumbani, achangishiwe ndio apate hizo pesa ya kuweza kwenda kutafuta matibabu. Kile alichoniambia ni kwamba mental health pia, mbona tusije tukafanya fundraiser, kwa sababu tunajua kwamba mental health pia ni ugonjwa. Ila linaniachana taswira akilini, iwapo sisi ndio tuko na hiyo jukumu ya kuweza kufanya hiyo fundraiser, kwa sababu tuna fundraise pia magonjwa mengine kuweza kutafutiwa matibabu kule katika nchi za ng'ambo pengine. Unaona? Kama ni jukumu letu basi kuweza kufanya mchango huo ili hawa wale ambao wanapitia mental health kupata matibabu. Na ikiwa ni jukumu letu, ni vipi ambavyo tunaweza tukafanya ili kuweza kuona kwamba kila mtu anapata ile matibabu anayohitaji, kama vile ambavyo mtu ambaye anaugua ugonjwa fulani na fulani. Na kwa sababu MC ameniambush, I wanted to comment something about you've heard what she said, right? About Abraham. I'm sorry. Lakini tunaelewa kwamba fikra zetu ni tofauti. Fikra ya mwanamume ama pengine mzazi ni tofauti na ya mtoto, si ndio? Fikra ya mtu ambaye ako maybe tofauti. Kama mimi ningeulizwa fikra yangu kutokana na jinsi alivyovaa, naweza sema ni modern ama pia kile alichosema kwamba niache niwe huru, let me be free, si ndio? It's okay, let me be free. Lakini fikra pia tuelewe ni tofauti. And then commenting something else about what has been said is that it's all our mentality. A woman is yani adui ya mwanamke ni mwanamke, si ndio? Wanasema hivyo, si mimi nimesema. Wao wanasema mimi si. Lakini sijui kama mnagundua kwamba adui ya wanaume pia ni wanaume.